Right, I've been for a costume change. Um, I wanted to furtherize some stuff from the last vid, because I need to. What am I on about? I'm trying to consolidate everything in my head because I don't want a car crash with this. But it's basically when I said about reflecting that love, like so often the bully is interpreted as needing love, and you're not wrong. We all do. But I think more importantly, the bully needs to learn about love. The victim needs love right now. And so often we don't do that. We don't do that. And, continually reminding people that they're responsible for it or it's their fault in some way, it's just fucking infuriating. Because a lot of the time they know what you're fucking on about. It's just that they feel helpless in the fucking moment. That's when all the shit comes up. And yeah. So the way that the bully is communicating is a lot more subconscious than what they're saying on the surface. They're saying to that person, "You're weak. You're not standing up for yourself. Look at you not stand." They're demonstrating how you're not standing up for yourself. So when they get rescued, that's a better way of demonstrating it. Someone else has helped them demonstrate it. That kind of stuff. That's the sort of language. So if you get angry with bullies and attack them, then you're also communicating that bullying is a force to be reckoned with, and it needs to be met with an attacking hostility to stamp it out, which it can further weaken the fucking victim, because it's like, look what you're not doing, look what you need to do and you're not doing. And they already know they're not doing it. They already know what they should or could be doing, and that's what's eating them a fucking live. So communicate back to the bully by loving whatever it is they're attacking in the fucking victim. So love the victim. Because that then says back to the bully, no, whatever you're saying about this thing, look, I love it. That's how people learn things. That's how subconscious minds learn things, by demonstrations. So just telling that victim that, no, everyone loves you, it's like, well, they don't have any demonstrations of that. They have words saying that, and they have demonstrations to the opposite. So again, it's like difficult to think of examples without them sounding really corny or wet or whatever. I've been trying to sort of think of some way of doing it, because we all know this shit goes on. We all see it. We all see people when they start looking at their feet and they get all, and it looks like they look slightly uncomfortable. Very often they're not slightly uncomfortable. They're fucking dying. That's the thing. That's what gets ignored. You don't know what they're going through. You really don't a lot of the time. Because this stuff can have been happening for fucking years and still not going away, no matter what they fucking do about it. So, the phrase "there's no point crying over spilt milk" means fuck the past, basically. And that's what you say a lot of the time, fuck the past. But then you keep reminding people that the past is their fault. And, people get transported back to their past when these things come up, when these symptoms happen. That's why the past keeps getting fucking dragged back up, and they fucking hate that. They feel powerless against that, and having someone tell them they just need to forget about it, it's just maddening. It's maddening. They're trying so fucking hard to forget about it, for fuck's sake. Do you not think it's occurred to them that they might need to move on? But we do, I don't know, we do just fucking assume the shit out of each other sometimes, don't we? Like, just remember, if you think you've been through it, you haven't. You're not them. You haven't been through it because you're not them. It's the simplest way of looking at anything. Everyone insists that we all experience life in our own. Okay, well, let them then. Let them. Because it's difficult to summarise the way you feel about something without having someone try and retune it. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. And there's always an urging tone of voice to it. Oh, come on. Think like I do. We do it to each other all the fucking time, mate. We do. So I'm not. Yeah, I would love to think of an example, but I think that's the dynamic behind it. You know, so much of what's seen as being sort of helpful and supportive in society around bullying, it actually makes it worse. Telling people to put up with it, rise above it. Again, putting the responsibility on them. And if they're not able to rise above it because everything gets too much for them and you don't know how intensely they experience the stuff that they're describing, you've only got your experience of what they're describing. You don't know how badly they fucking malfunction when this shit happens. And then they're told that they're letting it get to them. They're holding on to it. All of these little automatic phrases all put 100% responsibility on that person. And for those that think that they acknowledge the other side of it, they don't. What they do is this. They go, oh yeah, I know, but... They bring you straight back to their point. That's what everyone does. It's yeah, but. Google that phrase, yeah, but. There was a poster of it hanging up where I used to work. That's what they do. They yeah, but it. They acknowledge it as fully and as completely as possible because they really need to get right to the end that you totally understand that they get it, and then they're back here. So bear in mind, when you're giving someone advice, you're teaching them, they're learning, and when a subconscious and a conscious is learning, it's like there's the important bit. Yeah, you can acknowledge that, but look at this again. That's the bit they learn. That's the bit they fucking learn. And that's what happens with it. People don't really acknowledge that, you know. I think my point is, why is there so much focus on the responsibility being all about the fucking victim? Because you don't understand people fully. I mean, you know, I've been through this in so many different ways with so many different fucking people. I'm speaking from fucking years of experience of going through this shit with other people. And if it was as effective as people seem to claim it is, then why isn't everyone suddenly better? Because all of this shit is out there in meme form to be fucking viewed by anyone on any particular fucking day. Why is it not working then? If it's that simple, this is my point. And, you know, think of the phrase from the Buddha that each of us is doing the best we can with what we've got at the time. And that can be even if someone's being really fucking unreasonable and losing their fucking shit. That's the best that they can hope to fucking achieve with what they've got. What they've got aren't a load of conscious ideals that can just be reasoned with, and they you know, subsequently disappear and vanish forever and never manifest again. They're not. They just feel fucking uneasy at the time and they don't know why. Shit like that. They don't know what's fucking going on. They don't know how they attract shit. They don't know how they walk into it or encourage it or whatever. Then they look back at it and they see, they blame themselves for fucking all of it. And then to have someone else who says they're helping them to just blame them even further. That's what happens. It's a cycle of it. It's a fucking cycle of it. You know, I'm just speaking from experience of how many times I've been shouted at by people over this sort of shit. About how I need you to, oh, come on and just deal with it and shit like that. And it's probably about 5-10% effective, that phrase. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm never saying it doesn't work. If it didn't work, people wouldn't say it, right? But it works on some level. But not on others. Is that not a simple enough concept to grasp? I think it is. Because it, you know, I've been fucking annihilated by this fucking shit at times. And then just made to feel even fucking more pathetic by people who claim they were trying to help me by giving me a boot up the arse. That's a boiled down version of what, you know, a repeat pattern that's been going on since the year fucking dot for me. And it hasn't gone on so much in recent years because I have been stepping further and further away and spending more and more time on my own because it just doesn't stop happening. Just still doesn't stop happening. That's what I'm dealing with. That's what I'm fucking dealing with. And yes, it's come from fucking past bullying and all that sort of shit, but like I keep saying, it gets to the point where that stuff isn't important anymore. When a sufficient amount of fucking stinging has taken place, there's fucking damage. It's a bruise. It's an injury, I suppose you call it. But it certainly can't be talked its way out of, because if it could, it would work. You don't need to just shout it or write it in a different way. But yeah, this is supposed to be bully talk. That's kind of what it was about. It's like, you know, we really need to change the way we interpret bullying, the way we manage it, the way we deal with it. I'm not saying I've got all the fucking answers, but I understand a lot of how psychology works, and I understand a lot of how fucking working through this shit works, but I also understand what it fucking feels like to have years and years and years of it. So, you know, I know what's wrong. I can tell you what's wrong. I can't always tell you what's right. And that's another paradigm, isn't it? If you challenge anything in society, you have to come up with the alternative. You're not allowed to just say it doesn't work. You have to, what are you going to fucking do about it then? That's the way society speaks to you a lot of the time. Is that way everyone bloody speaks to me after a while? It's because I'm a contentious, obnoxious cunt, and I think I'm fucking right all the time. Pretty much. Fairly accurate assessment of yourself there, Mikey. Well, thank you very much, Mikey. It's probably time I wound in this neck of mine, I think, on this subject. I've probably exhausted it. And I'm probably preaching to the converted in a lot of ways as well, but I just think, how often do you actually see it? I think everyone can understand what I'm on about, but how often do you actually see that without it seeming really sort of fake? You know, it's when people rescue people from being bullied, I think that just makes it worse so often, and then yet that's seen as the person helping. It's kind of like you do feel stuck. You do feel a bit stuck, I think, with it. Anyway, that's my thoughts for the day. I really need to wrap this shit up and go and hit the gym. I can't wait. I actually want to go. It's been like 2 weeks or something, and I've planned to go loads. But today I actually just want to. I want to fucking feel myself lifting things, pushing them and pulling them. I have to be scared I don't do a full body workout. I'm going to ride my bike down there, even if it's going to hurt. It's raining, but I'm going to wear my waterproofs. I'm just going to fucking carve a DM, baby. Mwah!